Всем привет! Хогвартс Legacy. И в прошлой серии мы закончили на том, что попали вот в эту вот здесь вот запретную секцию. О, она открыта. О, она закрыта. Так, нет, ну мы туда не пойдем. Вчера были. Так, и сейчас мы движемся дальше. Уже по карьерной лестнице. Ага, сейчас, конечно. Так, где кто чего? О, так, нет. Так, секундочку. Кто, что, куда? Карта. Где карта? Ага, так, а нам нужно... Все, погнали. Так, а нам нужно вот туда, да, что? Сюда, что ли? О, это классно. Так.
Ревелио.
Где что кто? Так, ладно. Очередное непонятное место. Так, очередное непонятное место. А еще, мне тут подсказали. О. Так, ладно, кошак. Хорошо, попозже. Что? Жуть. Так, бежим наверх. И заодно попробуем одну фишку с сундуком. Ну, только надо его сначала найти. Любой сундук. И будем денежку зарабатывать. Так, сундук. А, замок уровня 1. Ладно, хорошо, я тебя понял. Замок уровня 1. Так, куда? Сюда. Возвращаемся в очередной раз к профессору. Да, профессор. А, стоп. Фе. И профессора странным образом не оказалось. Так, ладно, хорошо. Заглянем к самому профессору в бухту.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Да-да-да, привет.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
Так, давай, профессор, погнали.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second
They were
memory?
talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. Now I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Ага. Так, ладно, что? Давайте немножко пройдемся, прогуляемся. Нам нужно куда-то туда. В очередное куда-то туда. Ну, это я точно хочу побегать. О, прекрасно. Побежали.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
О, прекрасно. Нам голосовая пришла. Почта. Так, ладно, хорошо. Это попозже. Куда там? О, карта мира. Чё? О, я понял. Так, а как двигаться-то? Жёваный крот. Ну, при всем... На самом деле карта не такая уж и большая. Так, как назад? Все, прекрасно. Отлично.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked
Да
that I
что ж
teach you
вы
an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments
Revelio.
and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Обязательно. Наконец-то добрались. Ну, почти добрались до этого. Блин, да что ж такое? Опять лестница и... Что это? Лестница. Так, куда? Сюда? А там что есть? Ну-ка.
Revelio.
О, как интересно. Так. А, вот еще, значит, у нас тут.
Off on another adventure, are we?
И замок. Ну, естественно, замок мы не вскроем. Хорошо, ладно, хорошо. Так, ладно. Что тут у нас? Новое задание.
Good morning, Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. spell should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
Да, пересадка мандрагоры. Так, что мы здесь можем? Пока мы ничего не можем. Так. Он туда. Бежим. Так, а ты кто у нас? А, ладно, хорошо, мы к тебе еще вернемся. Ну, привет, профессор.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Да.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
О, прикольно, значит, нам дадут место, где мы сможем заниматься всякой интересной деятельностью. Так, давайте, семянки. О, так, а теперь полить надо, да? О, прекрасно. А, стоп. Все, посадили. Это было легко и просто.
I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Так, хорошо. Значит, нужно будет сбегать в другую теплицу и что-то там сотворить.
Hello.
Ну, дружище,
Saw you on your way
погнали.
to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander.
Давай,
I'll be
чувак,
showing you
погнали.
the Chinese. Nice work in defense against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian, and he's good. Thinks he's really good, but you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant. Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on, grab a few of
Так.
this. Now, see that dummy?
А,
Just
прекрасно.
toss the cabbages at it.
Сейчас наберем
They'll do the
капустки. А, прекрасно. Оп. Ну какая капуста? Так, все, капусту мы набрали. Почему? Что это? Кто это? Так, а почему не стоп? О, так, капуста. Ну, погнали, давай. Что дальше?
I'm sorry. What do I need to do?
Garlic said she wanted you to have a go at tending the cabbages. Give them some time to chomp and whatnot. Nothing to it, really. Just toss some of those Chinese chomping cabbages out. You'll see fairly quickly why we call them that.
Ага. Ну, очередное... Так, хорошо, давайте капусту. Куда эту капусту? А, понял. Все, давайте, да.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out.
А что,
Did
все,
save
что
her
ли?
the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't
О,
they?
нифига себе,
My kind
зубастая
of plants.
капуста какая.
Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone.
Боевые капустные
imagine that wasn't a dummy.
кочаны. Интересно. Наверное, иногда они полезны. Да, действительно, что иногда они
I
полезны.
suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents
Я
would
когда
plant in
троллю
the
видел,
garden.
тоже
You
охренел.
get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class.
Так,
Take your time. I'll see
быстрее,
you back
чешем.
in
Ты
class.
чё, дружище? Оп, стоп. А, капустка. Где капустка? Еще капустка. Ага. Ладно, хорошо, я тебя понял. Так, вам сюда, да? Нет, не сюда. Вот сюда. Сюда, не сюда. О, я здесь не был. Все, идем обратно к
That
профессору.
helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Серьезно? И все занятия зашел, собрал пару капустных кочанов. Прекрасно. Так, подняли уровень, набрали капустки. Теперь дальше чешем.
Make anything grow. We must...
Ой, дальше чешем по карте. Куда? Вопрос куда? Так, карта мира. О, так, вот сюда. Отлично. Ну, все, товарищи, чешем, бежим, летим. Я прям уверен, что вам это понравится, соответственно, и мне понравится. Куда? Вот сюда. Это дверь. Нифига себе, дверь, вот, конечно. Так, сундук. Вижу сразу. Сундук. Здесь ничего. Так, ну ладно. Сундук мы поищем еще где-нибудь. А на этом пока давайте... Пацаны, вы неподражаемы. Я от вас в восторге.
My little brother sends me letters chock full of questions about Hogwarts. My
Что?
little when he starts here next year.
Miss going to lectures. Revelio.
Деревянный кот. Деревянный кот.
Wish I could afford my own broom from Spin Witches. The practice cannons are going to be unbeatable.
Жесть.
You just wait and see. I was destined to be
Куда дальше? Отсюда дальше. О, чуваку не повезло. Итак, мы снова выбежали на улицу. И походу будет дождик. А там вон сверху точно дождик идет. Все, теперь бежим туда, куда мы бежим. Интересная локация. Я сюда, возможно, еще наведаюсь. Ну, а пока... Оп. Стоп. Еще. Все, прекрасно. Все, теперь увидимся уже на... непосредственно там, где... То, куда надо бежать. А еще одна интересная хижина. Кстати, козел. Давайте попробуем сюда попасть. Кто здесь? Что здесь? Так, ну здесь у нас ничего. Пока ничего, но есть что-то. Что-то интересное. По-моему, мелочь такая. О, я знаю, что это. Я, кажется, не туда зашел. О, мешок. Так. Красно-коричневое шутовское облачение. Жесть. Зачем? А тут что? А тут выход, что ли? Да, тут выход. Ну ладно.
Revelio.
Инструмент смотрителя. Ой, сейчас придет смотритель, и нам будет а-та-та. Все, бежим дальше. Осталось нам недалеко. Так, все, мы добежали до деревушки. О, девчонки, знакомые все люди.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrok and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
Так, у меня, да, давайте
They
будем так.
want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Это трудно слушать.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrok, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is... I was thinking that we could investigate a bit. Try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right.
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
Да, прекрасно, прекрасно. Значит, девчонка нам будет помогать, выслеживать.
What's going on here?
Простите, что еще раз? О, так, нет, давайте все-таки побегаем.
It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Что здесь? Опа. Там лес. О, там вот деньги. Монетки. Нет, давайте все-таки сначала туда махнем. О, камушки. О, прикольно. Можно будет поиграться. В игре поиграться. Прикольно. Так, сколько там? 75, 60? 60 метров. Кто-то стоит. Интересно. Кто это может быть? Опа. Ну, сейчас
no idea who
начнется.
it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be sick.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupid right!
I hope let her affairs in satisfying.
Tell Rookwood to find me himself.
Ова. Что это такое? О, было быстро.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Начинается. И там еще один на подхвате. Ну, сейчас размотаем.
You're taking it. Child.
Tell Rookwood to find me himself.
Spot than an eruption. I'm just warming up.
Potato.
Stop that right now.
Так, один есть.
Will you hold still? How embarrassing. Come on, too afraid to fight back? I'm not done with you. Novice luck.
Potato. Leviosa.
You're going to regret that.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner.
Так, чё? Все?
And so
Все
close to
успокоились?
Hogwarts.
Бабуль, ты живая? Все нормально? Ау. Кто, что, где? Смотрите на них. Ну, давай.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
Интересно.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if?
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
О, интересно. В общем,
I brought
бабуля
a trunk
изучает
chock full of mallow sweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
волшебство и прочее, что-то в этом духе. Так, а вот это мы сейчас...
This trunk.
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
Так, что еще раз? Оп,
I have the
листочек.
mallow sweet.
Дали листочек.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the mallow sweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Ага. Ну, возможно.
Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Так, нужно с этими что-то сделать. Ну-ка, давайте. Не, погоди, стой.
Revelio.
Так, хорошо. Давайте еще раз.
Conjuring fire might work. These are pyres after all.
Ага.
Incendio.
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sing. Merlin himself would be proud.
Оп, и все.
Merlin's beard! How beautiful! What
Так,
a day!
ну-ка,
I can hardly believe it.
Revelio.
Так, окей, хорошо. Давайте еще раз.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my My guess is that each will also require which you can find in Hogsmeade, should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Ну, это прекрасно, это хорошо,
And
это
do
вот
be careful
классная
out
штука.
here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes
Занятная
and books.
штука. И еще книжку дали, да? Серьезно? Бабуля коробочку забыла. Ой, ладно, возвращаемся в замок. Я не перестану восхищаться вот красотой вот этого замка, как все красиво сделано. Так, выявить. Не, стой, нафиг. Так, а это что такое? Оп. Так, ну-ка. Я даже не знаю, что это за зверь. Ну ладно. Ну это не столь важно. Так,
Maybe Aura's
чё,
or
куда?
someone from the ministry guarding
Почему
the
на полу?
school after the incident in Hogsmeade.
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
Так, все, мы вернулись. Ждем профессора. Ща припрется. Опять. Где он? Это не он. Или что, сюда, что ли? Так, еще раз.
Who potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Теперь мы еще и зелье варить сможем, да? Серьезно? Ну давай еще капнем. Чтобы наверняка, да? Давай сейчас. Опять помешивать. Ща это нафиг расплавится, да? А не, живая пока. Ну давай, профессор, подходи, посмотришь, что мы тут натворили.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Давай, до дна.
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from Jake Pippin. Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
Прекрасно. И все, теперь мы можем варить зелье. Вот это вот зелье, которое...
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Да, все верно.
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Ну, чувак, конечно, ты... Так.
Keep your potion stations all...
Так. Саблезубый дятел. Так, что еще мы забираем? Вот эту вот штуку. Да. Хорошо, ладно, почитаю попозже. Так, и вот эту хрень. Все, что ли, забрали? Сундук. Так, что здесь? Ничего. Ну, вроде все. Или нет? Или что еще? Ой, от нее. Или я? А, да, это я. Так, все, пробегаем. Так, нет, не все. Еще что-то нужно.
Revelio.
Вот. Вупер. Перо Вупера. Жесть какая. Ладно, погнали дальше.
Remember, precision is
Так,
key
это
when brewing
перо.
potions.
Here's the whopper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Adurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Чувак вечно варит какую-то, точнее пытается сварить какую-то бяку. И так,
Should you chop the dittany or crush it?
Как еще раз?
Wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Хорошо. Так, все, варим все, что нам... так, вот эту билиберду. Так. Давай. 14 секунд варки. Давай. Я уже хочу побегать. А ведь мы какие-то столы покупали. Где Ф? Вот Ф. Прекрасно. Так, ну, вроде все.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah!
Get it! Not again. Oh,
Dragon tongue! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
Прекрасно.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own.
Так, давай,
His
чувак, я
accomplice will
завершу.
answer to me as well.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Не понимаю, о чем.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you... Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron That'll be all.
О, прекрасно.
I think each of
Так,
us has had
ну
enough excitement
что,
for one
теперь мы
day.
можем варить
Class is
это.
dismissed.
Варить это зелье, лечилки. Это прям вот очень хорошо. Единственное, что нужно каким-то образом... О, мы взяли уровень. Еще один уровень. Так, еще один уровень. Что нам дадут? Вообще, что нам дали? Так, 732 монетки. Что? Так, ну это задание. Это хорошо. Это пока меня не сильно интересует. Вот это что у нас? Так, исследование. Ну это все исследование, это все хорошо, это ладно. Это сундуки. Так, это что у нас? Смотреть. Ну-ка. Понял. И растения. Ну, это то, что у нас есть. Вот эти, кстати, грибочки с кристаллами можно хорошо продать. Это я в прошлой серии еще уяснил, когда, скажем так, удалось продать. Так, смотрим, что у нас на карте. На карте пока у нас ничего.
Sir Nicholas, our house ghost, is looking for you. You can find him near the Great Hall.
О, прекрасно, нас уже ищут. Итак, отправляемся. Кстати. Нет? Да ладно. Я аккуратно. Ну ладно, не хочешь. Прекрасно, отлично. Итак. Опять, итак. Красиво, кстати, у них сделаны окна и система переходов. По комнатам. Такое все в тумане, прикольно. Так, а есть что-нибудь, да? Так, нас кто-то ищет, ну это... почти безголовый. Прекрасно. Отправляемся к безголовому Нику, но это мы уже давайте в следующей серии сделаем. На этом буду. Прекрасно. На этом буду постепенно завершаться. А, нет, в другую сторону. Буду завершаться. Так что всем спасибо за просмотр. Опять на полу. Вот. Рыжая на Гермиону похожа. Но не Гермиона. И сидит на полу. И картины двигаются. Ну не прекрасно ли? Прекрасно. Все, давайте на этом буду завершаться. Сундук, к сожалению, с глазами не нашел. Но надо было. Так, 17:21. Непонятно. О. Тоже непонятно. Возможно, какая-то головоломка. Все, товарищи, давайте буду закругляться. На этом всем спасибо за просмотры. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки. Обязательно напишите что-нибудь в комментарии по поводу этой игры. Нравится она вам, не нравится. Мне так она очень нравится. В яблочко. Все, на этом буду завершаться. Всем спасибо. Еще услышимся.